How many Fox body Mustangs have you owned? In this video, I'll overview all of the Fox Mustangs I've owned, which was my favorite, and which one I regret selling the most. Let's go. So my very first Fox Mustang was a 1990 Mustang LX notchback. Kind of the iconic Mustang of the 80s and 90s. It was a 5-speed, obviously a 5-liter. It had an off-road H-pipe and those beautiful Flowmaster mufflers. It was just an amazing first ride. It was originally maroon, it had been badly repainted white. It had GT seats installed in the interior and had 323 gears, I believe, and it had been lowered. And honestly, the car rode terribly. It was so low, it was just like driving a go-kart, but it was the coolest Fox Mustang to get started into the hobby. That was my first Mustang. So after I sold the 90 notchback, I felt some remorse, and the solution was another Mustang. So I found a beater. It was actually an 86 GT, so that's the hatchback. First year for the EFI. Very stock vehicle. But it was pretty beat up and had high mileage. It liked to drink a bit of oil. It likes to leak a bit of oil, all of those things. It had Dynomax mufflers on it, but it was pretty much stock. Someone had given it a terrible respray with a blue on top of what was originally a silver color. Probably was a really striking color when it was new, but by the time I had it with the rattling T-tops and the worn out motor, it was more of a beater driver for me. But it didn't stop me from getting a taste at drag racing, so I actually took it to the track and managed some high 14-second quarter miles with that dead stock 86. But it didn't last long because it was just too tired to keep. Then number 3 came along in 1999, and for $3,900, I bought a 100% stock 1988 notchback. But this time it was an AOD, but it had some luxury features. This one had air conditioning, something I'd never had on a Mustang before that. Great car, but dead stock. Did tons of modifications to it. I put gears in it. I put suspension in it. I put a stall in the AOD. I rebuilt the motor twice. I added some performance gauges, and I really got into drag racing with that vehicle and had lots of success. It was very consistent, and it was very competitive at my local track. In fact, I honestly won 3 NHRA Wally trophies with it, so it was a great car. But I had young children at the time, and it just was not a super practical toy, so I ended up selling it for $4,500 in around 2010. Then I had a chance to flip a Mustang, so I bought a stock 87 notch, 5-liter 5-speed, gray original paint, red interior, all original. It actually had the silencer in it, the complete factory exhaust. It had original plug wires. It had even the little distributor boot was still on it. I couldn't believe how stock it was, and I only paid $1,500 for it. But I only kept it for 2 months because I flipped it for $3,500 and felt like I had won the lottery. I definitely regret selling that car now, thinking of the value of a low mileage dead stock 87 coupe. First year for the high powered version of the EFI motor, probably worth close to 20 grand at this point, or more even. My 5th Fox Mustang wasn't a Mustang at all. It was actually an 84 Mercury Capri. It was an RS car. It had no motor and transmission, but it had a beautiful red interior. I had grand intentions of turning it into an NHRA stock eliminator car. And the reality was it just needed too much work and too much care going forward. So, I split my difference, sold it, made a little bit of money, and then kept some money aside in case I found another project. Then COVID happened. Wow. And during that time, I reflected and thought, which car I loved the most was that 88 notch that I turned into a great drag car. So bought it back. So now you can see it's in primer, and if you look at my video series, you'll see all the work that's been done to it because it was rusty and it had a broken motor. Well, all those things are repaired. Frames are great, pans are great. We've done all the quarter panels, everything's fresh metal and primer ready for paint. Fresh motor built for it. This motor is built for NHRA stock eliminator racing. So it's very limited with the modifications, but I'm very hopeful that it's going to generate close to 300 horsepower in the situation it is. Custom transmission, gears, some racing suspension, and you can look at more in my other videos, but I'm excited. It should run a low 13, maybe high 12 second quarter mile once I get the race wheels and tires set up ready for it. So which one did I regret the most selling? I think it's pretty obvious. It's the one I bought back, so I'm super pumped to have it back. I'm curious to hear from you though. So how many Mustangs have you owned? And is there one that you regret selling, or maybe one that you kept and you still enjoy to this day? Be sure to comment down below. And thanks so much for watching.